Alright guys, welcome back to another video. Today, again, just another market update slash outlook for next week. Uh, and honestly, it wasn't a great week. It was a pretty terrible week, right? I lost twice on Forex. I lost on the same idea on price. Let me show you guys. So pretty much we opened up. My draw was always this EU low because it aligned perfectly with the DXY daily fair value gap, right? I expected a retrace naturally after a heavy displacement like this. Okay, we didn't do that. Honestly, we chopped all week, and there's nothing I can do to control that. Does it suck? Am I pissed off? Yes, I don't like losing. No human likes losing, right? And no human being wants to do something where you have a decent chance to lose, except for the mentally ill, aka a trader. You have to understand that 1 week doesn't define you, one month doesn't define you, good or bad, right? You gotta go based off quarterly performances, because the market does not reward you every week. It might not even reward you every month, but you should somehow be coming up on top every quarterly, or at least somewhat, right? Because as you live your life and you keep building your capital, as your capital gets built and your money starts growing, the less you actually need to do in the market to make a lot of money. So when you practice these habits of being controlled, of being disciplined, of not getting angry at a bad week, especially weeks in the summer, especially that, because it is a summer. Let's not forget that the big players are not heavily involved in the markets. What has been fueling price? Actual economic uncertainty, right? Instead of institutions fueling price, Trump or something related to Trump has been fueling price. Now, that's not a good market to be in, of course. But at the end of the day, we have families to feed. We have dreams and goals that we want to accomplish, right? So we're still going to take the shots that align with the model, but we can't cry and this and that and when it's a bad week or a bad 2 weeks or even a bad 3 weeks or even a bad month. All right, let's just call it a bad month. You can't define yourself off of that in your trading career. Okay? If I take 2 losses this week, but then I lose again next week, just for example. Now it's 3 losses deep, and then I win my next two. Those 3 losses have never happened. It's like it never happened. And on top of that, I'm actually in profit now, right? You can't predict the probabilities of winning and losing sequels. You can't predict it. This is why being a day trader or a swing trader or any type of trader is the hardest career path in the world. You have to be okay to lose. You have to be okay to understand that you're not going to know which probabilities play in what type of favor. You don't understand when your winning sequels are or when your losing sequels are, right? You don't understand that, and you will never know. So you go in every single week or every single day, and you have uncertainty. But at the end of the day, when you've done enough statistical data on your proven edge, you understand that still in the long run, you can become ultra successful by growing your capital, by not revenge trading or emotional trading or over leveraging or any of this stuff. And when you start understanding these things, the bad stretch doesn't feel like the end of the world. A lot of you guys might feel like it's the end of the world for you, right? You've lost maybe 3 times in a row or 2 times in a row, whatever it may be, and you feel like you're just a garbage trader. You're not. You're really not. You probably take like 100 trades in a year, right? Or maybe a little less than 100, or maybe a little more. Your average is around that area. So how are you defining yourself from losing 3 times or 2 times in a row? No one's going to understand what you're going through because nobody cares. And when nobody cares, who do you have left to fall back on? Yourself. It's you versus you on these charts. And that's how it's going to be forever. Nobody's going to hold your hand and say it's okay. And nobody's going to tell you that it's all going to work out, because you are in control of that when you are a trader. You already know that the market doesn't want to reward you. You already know that you're up against the most manipulative, the most screwed system to ever exist in human history. And you still, with those odds, go in and try to become profitable, right? Every single month this year, within the first week of trading, I have secured a payout. Every single month this year. There's not been a single month that I haven't secured payout within a week of the first month. Like of the start of the month, I mean. August is the first month out of this year where I have not been able to have a buffer on my payout to secure my payout. Like, this is the first month where I haven't been able to secure a payout within a week. And it does take a mental toll on me, because that's what I'm used to. That's what I'm comfortable with. But that doesn't mean that that has to happen. The markets don't care about my feelings or what I'm comfortable with. The markets want me to lose. And it's my job to understand that. And it's my job to overcome that, right? Now let's get into next week. It's very simple. It's extremely simple, honestly. There's a weekly fair value gap on EU. There's a weekly fair value gap on DXY. So what will be primary draw? This weekly fair value gap. Now some of you might be saying you're trading against order flow. I don't care. It's the most perfect retrace I can see. And if I lose taking the setup, I am happy with that. Because to me, it's an A+ setup. So I don't care if I'm trading against the trend. Because every market has a retrace. Okay? That's just logical. That's how the market works. So if we start dumping straight away, either way I was never going to get in line. Right? If we open next week and I just get this straight away, I'm not taking a trade to this, because I'm still expecting a retrace. Now if we do this, I'm getting in line. I'm believing low of the week is in, and I'm taking a trade to the weekly fair value gap. It's as simple as that. Whatever happens after, whether we keep going higher or we start going lower again, what's the word? I analyze that when it's time for that. My main draw is the weekly fair value gap for next week. It's a perfect place to retrace, to either keep going lower on DXY or potentially still set low of the month and end up going higher. Right? I'm not saying it has to go all the way up here, but the monthly fair value gap is still valid. Like, it hasn't been disrespected. If it was being disrespected, it would start taking all these lows out. And just now, I'm expecting my long-term target to be here. So I want every week to set some type of high of the week to go lower. But you don't have to worry about that yet. Worry about what's in front of you, what's right in your face, which is this perfect retracement for next week. Now, let's check what news we have next week, because that's also important. All right, so we got, let's see, CPI. We got CPI next week. Perfect way to get a retracement. And then we have PPI on Thursday. That's literally the only news for the week. So I expect Monday to go a little bit lower, and then I expect it to go higher after. Pretty much simple as that. I can get into NQ. Now in futures, I had a great week. I won, and I won one trade and I haven't lost. Like, I only took one trade this week and I won. Well, I took a trade today that got break even. And yeah, I think I took a trade yesterday too that got break even. I don't even remember, but oh shit, oops. Anyways, I was trying to go on my phone to show you guys I passed my account, but I guess I can't. I did pass a 50K Lucid account. I'm not trading it until my other Lucid account. I'm going to try to pass that one as well. I have not lost a single account yet, but I passed one. Now, this is a very small sample size. People in my comments were telling me, like, you know, he doesn't know, or this guy was like, he doesn't know, or whatever. I'm like, bro, I understand how the markets work. Okay, I know I can lose that account very easily. I also know that account is dirt cheap, and I could buy like 10 of them tomorrow if I wanted to. So, anyways, let's look at the weekly candle. I think we've set a solid low, swing low here, and I don't think we're gonna go any lower. I believe we're gonna take out all-time high again, either next week or the week after, but most likely next week. It's not that far off. So all I'm trying to do every day is to see a manipulation to the downside, retrace, and smack along. That's pretty much it. I just want to smack a buy to whatever draw is the closest to me, or whatever the draw is enough for the eval, because remember, I have a consistency rule on the eval, so I can't take like normal trades, right? Or else I would try to pass in one trade. But when I have to win 2 trades back to back, sometimes it doesn't work in my favor, and then I might lose a little bit, and now it messes up the whole probabilities of trying to pass within 2 trades. Okay, so that's my outlook pretty much. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know I ranted a lot in the beginning, but I know there's a lot of people that lost once or twice this week, whatever the case may be. Don't act like it's the end of the world. You have to understand that this is a business. There is losing streaks in businesses, or not losing streaks, losing weeks or losing months, losing days, whatever the case may be. Your job is to weather the storm like always and come out on top. That's the only way you'll be profitable, when you have a delusional mindset backed with actual statistical edge. Backed with your actual statistical edge to become profitable in these markets. All right, I'm going to stop yapping, boys. Have a good weekend.